What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today is the 13th? 13th. November 13th. We got freaking smoked today. I don't know if you guys traded today, but we had like an A-plus setup and got absolutely cooked. Anyways, it's whatever. We're going to go through the trade recap for today. Super simple, super quick. We ended up losing, I think, $368.72. No big deal. A-plus setup failed. Was re-entry. However, we did not take the re-entry. We're just chilling. Hopped off the charts for the day. Anyways, let's go over this trade here. So, early in the morning, coming onto the markets, right, we have seen that we're delivering off of this 4-hour bearish for value gap. As you can see, we have nice delivery off of this continuation down. We had a bunch of low resistance liquidity here that we're going to be targeting. And you can see that we displaced very heavily past this last low. Therefore, we probably are going to go to fill this new week opening gap. This is a very strong draw on liquidity. So this new week opening gap needed to get filled, right? And so I was waiting, either going to take shorts down to this gap, or we're going to wait and see if this gap gets filled, continue back up. If my setup presents itself for shorts, I would take that. If my setup did not present itself before we filled this gap, then we'd be looking for longs. But we got a nice short down to this, but we got stopped out. So let's go through the trade. Delivering off that 4-hour in the 4-hour bearish fair value gap up here. Then market opens right here, and we actually get a nice setup off of market open. What ends up happening is we come down, create this low, also create this 5-minute fair value gap here, which we tapped into right here, as you can see, as well as in equilibrium. I'll show you here, right? So as you can see, price taps into equilibrium here, boom, just like that. Now we're also inside of this fair value gap. We can continue to sell off, back down, take shorts to that, take shorts to that new week opening gap. Just looking for our entry. Being an inversion of the highest time frame, we actually got an inversion in a 5-minute. As you can see here, super strong push down. This was like literally beautiful, as A-plus as it could get. Beautiful flush, come back up directly, wick equilibrium, continue back down, right? Flush through this fair value gap right here. Perfect entry. We ended up entering off of this, right, in the 1-minute. Had our stops at these candle base right here, and we got stopped out like pretty fast here. I'll show you, and boom, stopped out just like that. Very weird, you know. That's just what's gonna happen. Some people will freak out over this, some will not. Hopefully you didn't freak out, because it's an A-plus setup and it failed, so it's all right. You know, you don't have to win every single day. You're not gonna win every single day. So something like this will give you, you know, a test of the brain, a test of your psychology, and if you can continue and not, you know, worry about it and flush it, then you're gonna become profitable, and that's literally all you need, right? So this was an A-plus setup, and it did fail, unfortunately, but it's all right. We're gonna move on to the next day. We did get a re-entry opportunity here. As you can see, right, we had this weird high here at 9:30, and we ended up sweeping that on ES, right? Yeah, so this high right here ended up sweeping out on ES, did not on NQ. Created an SMT here, and then we got a nice little entry, re-entry model. We were also technically, I mean, we inversed this gap, but, you know, we're still going to continue down. That draw on liquidity is still extremely prevalent. You know, we want to push for this low. That's where we're going to be going, right? We're not just going to reverse off of nothing when we're so close to this new week opening gap. So we did end up getting this inversion right here in the 3-minute. Check if there was the 5-minute. No. End up getting this inversion in the 3-minute, right? Would have entered, if you took this trade, right, would have entered here. You literally could have targeted all the way down to this new week opening gap. Nice risk to reward, and you could have even gone probably at this body. Would have been a crazy risk to reward. But yeah, that trade would have played out in your favor. So anyways, we're not going to be upset over it. Nothing to worry about, right? Took the trade that we needed to take. Unfortunately, got stopped out, but, you know, that's how it be sometimes. So completely okay. Don't need to stress over it, man. That's the biggest thing. You know, don't stress over your losses when you take A+ setups, and that's the lesson that can be learned from today. Because, if you fall into that habit of stressing out and freaking out over just little tiny losses like that, then you're going to fall into a bad habit and it's not going to go great. So if you took this trade, good. Proud of you, right? A+, perfect setup. As long as you didn't do anything else stupid, it's good on your psychology. That's a win for the day. Psychological win every single day, going to push you to becoming a profitable trader. So that being said, trade we took today, if we trade tomorrow, I'll see you boys tomorrow. If we don't trade tomorrow, I won't see you tomorrow. Peace out.